Very good morning and welcome to English Point Punches. And today we are going to discuss a very important thing, subject and predicate. I have written the name, the title I have written, subject and predicate. We are getting confused which one to be told as subject and which one is called as predicate. Now I'm writing a sentence, and there we will discuss how to do that. See, I have written a sentence. The monkeys took away the basket full of fruits. The monkeys took away the basket full of fruits. Now I have divided the sentence into two parts. One is the monkey and the other part is took away the basket full of fruits. Now you see, the monkey, what does it say? What or who the sentence about? About what, about whom, about who the sentence has been told. So about whom? About the monkey. So the main action is being done by the monkeys. Okay. Now in the second part you see, second part took away the basket full of fruits. This is it gives more information regarding the first part. This is the first part and this is the second part. So second part is giving more information regarding the first part. Hence you see the first part says about what or whom the sentence is about, and second part is giving more information about the first part. Now you see, so main action is being done by the first part. Main action is being performed by the first part. Hence the first part is called as subject. The first part is called as a subject because it is doing the major part, or this is the doer. The subject part is the doer. Keep it in mind, the subject part is the doer and subject part is particularly the noun or pronoun part. Noun or pronoun part. As you see here I have written, it has been written, what or who. What or who. Whenever something is told about what or who, the sentence is about what or who, then that is called it is must that it is saying about the subject part, and subject part must be a noun part or pronoun part. Okay, so if noun or pronoun part is over, it comes under subject part. What remains there in the predicate part? The remaining part is called as predicate part. This is called predicate. Predicate part is verb part. Predicate part is verb part. Very small sentence I am writing. Birds fly. Birds fly. Birds, you see, this is the subject, and fly the predicate. I mean to say, birds, the subject means the noun part, and fly the verb part. The thing we have to keep it in mind that what or who the sentence is about, and when the sentence is providing more information about the first part, then that is called the predicate part or verb part. Predicate part is verb part, subject part is noun or pronoun part. That thing you keep it in mind. Now let us see three sentences I have written. First is Sumit is reading an email. Sumit, the doer, means this is the subject. Then is reading an email. Is reading an email. So this is the verb part, hence predicate. Hence predicate. Now Neha has brought a book. Neha has bought a book or brought a book. Now you see, when we are saying Neha, Neha is the subject, and has brought a book is a predicate part, means a verb part. Hence this is called predicate. Here a little deviation you see. Karan and Rohan were playing tennis. Here two persons are there, Karan and Rohan. So Karan and Rohan, both of them are doing the work. Who? Karan and Rohan. Hence, this Karan and Rohan both are coming under subject. And then what happened? We are playing tennis. We are playing tennis. We are playing tennis is verb part. Hence this is called predicate. Hence this is called predicate. Keep it in mind that Karan and Rohan subject and we are playing tennis is verb part. So hence that is called what? Predicate. I think you means most clear. You must have understood it clearly. Now let us see. Suppose things must have or must be coming to your mind that if this thing this thing happens, then what happens in imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, negative sentences? How we will decide the where the sentence have been started from what, where the sentence have been started from auxiliary, where the sentence has been am I a teacher? Am I a teacher? Here how do we know the subject or predicate? Very easy way. You make it in affirmative or assertive. Make it in affirmative. Am I a teacher? I am a teacher. Am I a teacher? I am a teacher. I am a teacher. I, the pronoun. So the subject part. Am a teacher. Am a teacher is what? Predicate verb, because verb part am is there. Auxiliary am is there. So verb part, hence that one is predicate part. So still let us discuss with some of the sentences. So let us see. Do the elephant, I have told, let us discuss the interrogative sentence. Do the elephants have any teeth? What I have told? That you make it in affirmative sentence. The elephants have any teeth? Or the elephants have no teeth. Any teeth, any will be changed into if do is coming, then elephants have no teeth. So when we are asking what happened, do is the verb and coming under predicate. Do is the verb and coming under predicate. It is predicate. Okay. As means in earlier classes I have told, have any teeth means do have any teeth. Means this have is the have is the full verb na. So have means do plus has is equal to have. You may say that one. So do plus has or have is equal to have. So the elephants do have any teeth or do have any teeth if you are making it in affirmative sentence. So do the elephants have any teeth? So do is coming here and the elephant coming under subject. Hence this one is the subject doing the work. So the elephant is subject, do is coming under here and it is told as predicate. Like that, one WS question, let us see. Who broke the chair? Who broke the chair? Directly it's coming who broke the chair. With who we can add anyone. So who is the subject and broke the chair, this one is predicate. Okay. Once more, let us see the yes no questions. Are you Ritu's brother? Turn it to affirmative. You are Ritu's brother. You are Ritu's brother. So this are is coming under this predicate or verb. Hence this part is called predicate and this is also coming under this predicate. I think you must have understood it. If you have not understood, you write in comment box. Okay, and I will make it clear. If you do like the concept, the clearance of concept, you like and share. Don't forget to subscribe the channel so that every now and then you will be getting the new videos I am posting. Okay. So this is the way how we will decide which one is subject and which one is predicate. One more thing. Suppose in imperative sentence. Here some sentences I have written. You see, imperative sentence says about the what? Command, order, request, etc. Command, order, request, etc. Okay. So command means what? You may give it command. You may give it order. Open the door. Open the door. When we are saying open the door, in open the door, what is there? Nothing is coming. Or shut the window. Shut the window. So subject is not coming. Then means we are not able to discriminate where the subject is there and where the predicate is there. Where is the noun or pronoun part? Where is the verb part? We are not able to decide which one is subject and which one is predicate, which one is noun, which one is verb. Now, shut the window, the same thing. Pass the salt. Taking meal. Oh, pass the salt. I need a little salt. So pass it. So like that, open the door, shut the window, pass the salt. Don't get nervous. Here you see, there is a hidden noun or pronoun. There is a hidden noun or pronoun. In disguise, the subject is hidden there. In disguise, he is looking what is being done. You, always it is there. You open the door. You shut the window. You pass the salt. So here this pronoun is subject. In hidden it remains. You shut the door, subject. You pass the salt. Okay. So you see here when we are saying open the door, shut the window, pass the salt. That time so what remains there? It's a command, it's an order, it is a request. Okay. But there we are not getting the pronoun or not getting the noun. Ramesh, pass the salt. When we say Ramesh, pass the salt. Diksha, shut the window. Okay. So when we are saying that, sometimes you pass the salt. Okay, go there. Stand here. You come here. So sometimes we are saying you, sometimes we are taking any name, sometimes we are not taking. So what happens? We are getting, means when we are deciding which one is subject and which one is predicate, we are not able to decide. So means it hidden one subject or any pronoun or a noun or a noun or pronoun part. This one is noun or pronoun part. And this one is verb part. Verb part, which one? Predicate. And noun or pronoun part is called subject. So keep it in mind that noun or pronoun part is called subject and verb part is called predicate. In a matching pattern I have given this one, so that this will be easier to recognize which one is subject part and which one is predicate part or verb part. Here Rahul, Raj, Rahul is there. Means some of the names have been given and some of the other things have been given. Actually this has been taken from a story, so means of class 4 DAV board, DAV school. So there you will see for that only the same name has been repeated. So according to that story, means that the matching has been made. You see, anything you can take out of it. So Rahul, what happened? Could not sleep properly. The sports day was near. His parents were very happy. Rahul started talking lesser. You must study very hard. Rahul took the trophy home. He was ashamed of himself. Then Raj always managed to win. Then Raj was ahead of Rahul. So that you see this part, this all part, they are called subject part and these all part are called predicate part. So keeping that thing in mind, I think subject and predicate, though a small concept, but you should understand it to carry it ahead. Okay, so thank you and waiting for the next class.